I've had to go through like a journey because, you know, another thing is that our industry descended into like some satanic cult. You know what I mean?
How so?
It just was. It's like one day I looked up and everybody was like on some Illuminati shit. You know what I mean? So, like, I had to make a decision. It's like, you know, I can't keep friends who are not spiritually aligned to where I'm going. You know what I mean? I'm a God-fearing person, so there's certain things I won't dabble in, and if there's certain people who are dabbling in such things, I don't want to be near them or associated with them. So that's why I had to separate myself from the industry, because that's what it had come down to. And then if you look at what happened during the lockdown, people not making incomes, they get desperate, and that's the time where they get lured into whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I don't know if they got virgin assholes like me. You know,
Because the game is tough.
it's tough. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know what I mean? It's very shady right now. You spend like 700,000 rands on lawyers just to put me in prison. Because
That's how much was spent on you.
that was how much was spent. You know what I mean? It costs almost as much to put me in prison as it is to take out AKA. You know what I mean?
So they are willing to do anything.
They're willing to spend a shitload of money. The time is over, dog. We had that chance.
You think as a hip hop is finished for good?
It's brood. There's no succession. It's done for. It's over.
I would Nasty C, A-Reels,
Dog.
nothing.
It's over for Drake. Forget
Ish.
Nasty C.
Yeah, the Drake chat is...
It's not even about Drake chat.
Hey, the Drake chat.
It's not even about Drake chat. I'm just saying it's over for Drake. So forget Nasty C. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, I'm considering opening my own little party because under the current electoral laws, being an independent is stupid. You know?
How so?
So if clowns like Musi Maimani can get themselves seats in parliament, and all it takes is 45,000 votes, I'm sure I can get 45,000 votes. You know, and get myself a seat on the city council. And if I've got a seat on the city council, at least then I can nominate myself for mayor.
Yeah.
And then I can lobby the other parties. I can say, yo,
Because you
MK,
can
give me
have
some
influence,
votes.
yeah.
Yo, Action SA, give me some votes. Yo, you guys, give me some votes. Yo, ANC, come on, give me some votes. Back, you know what I mean? Now, like, all girls want to be prostitutes. It's like guys want to be YouTubers and streamers. Girls want to be prostitutes.
And then when they become famous YouTubers and streamers, they still want to trap those prostitutes.
That's the worst thing, bro. It's like, I don't understand niggas that like bitches that other niggas have been with. Just like there's an overrepresentation of gay people, bro. You watch SABC, every male presenter is gay. Like, bro, aren't gays like 1% of the population?
Maybe it's 2 now.
Okay, whatever the case may be. But like, why is everyone you see on TV, in parliament, everywhere, gay? Now we have to change our laws for gay people. Why must we change our laws for 1% of the population or 2% of the population? Like, everything is about gay people, gay this, gay this, gay this, gay this. You forgot about the rights of black people because you're so focused on pleasing the gays. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the gays have become the biggest victims. You know what I mean? Yeah, you said something, and because you said it, someone might kill me because I'm gay, and therefore you can't say, dog. If that guy was going to kill you because you're gay, he's going to kill you because you're gay. No, women are not good people. There's no such thing as a good woman. And even your mom. Unfortunately, you need to accept that.
Unfortunately.
That's it. Even your mom. That's why you need to be around, and you need to make sure that your things are in order so that your mom doesn't go out hurting other people because her son takes care of her and whatever. You understand?
Okay, yeah.
Because what does your mom do? She uses your dad for protection and safety and taking care of everything. She leeches off. And then when your dad gets too old, then she goes to her sons. Now her sons need to protect her and everything else.
Hey you guys, what's up and welcome back to another episode. This is the 24-hour podcast. And on today's episode, we got South Africa's hip hop pioneer, NOTA the GOAT.
Yo, what's up?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm chilling.
Yeah, I just watched your podcast with Tusbu, and you are saying you are the not God, the not goat, not the not God, because Les has already took that status. Yeah, you're not God.
Yeah.
How have you been, man?
I'm good, man.
You're good.
I'm good. Yeah.
We're just gonna start this thing on a high note. Ne? You recently just came out, and a lot of people were saying a lot of things about you, and you know there's always gonna be people who agree with everything that you do, with everything that you say. But at the same time, there's always gonna be people who spread maybe negativity.
Are you picking me up there?
Yeah, I'm picking you up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So there's always gonna be those people that will say things that they feel like they believe in. You know, or that they feel like they are right at that moment. So on one of the people that I saw that said something about you going to prison, it was MacG. MacG and Saul on Podcast and Chill. They actually said you going to prison was actually a blessing because you had something to learn. Basically, you were getting out of hand. I don't know if you saw that clip.
That's some bullshit because they're not anyone's parents that is my age, so. That's some bullshit. And also, if you've spoken nonsense about someone on your platform, the whole entire time, it's like they've never had anything good to say.
Yeah.
Like I even watched that. I was in prison when I was watching that. And when I was watching that, NOTA helped us. He did this. And it's like, so you're talking about someone you helped like that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. It just shows your character. And like I say, man, I'm very aware of how far my brand reaches.
Definitely, yes.
You know what I mean? I'm not like oblivious.
Yeah.
When I come into your gate, your security guard greets me. You know what I mean? By name. He's never met me before.
But he greets you by name.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I know the most important people that watch my content. The mere fact that someone is even able to give me access to YouTube in prison. You know what I mean?
It says a lot about you, yeah.
Yeah,
because
I mean, like,
you are definitely not the goat.
you know what I mean, inside or outside. So for them, it's like, then they mention why I'm in prison, and they don't mention the actual situation.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, there's a nigga that's no longer alive, and there's niggas that are hiding justice.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
You watched the Swoo episode that I did.
Yeah, I watched it today.
You know what I mean? And I was speaking about it. I was going to speak about it like just casually, but I got overtaken by the emotions of it because it's like, it's a real serious thing. People are talking about niggas are snitching and all that shit. That's not a snitch. That's putting a charge on a nigga. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
It's like you see a nigga stole something and the cops ask you, did you see anyone stealing? No.
That makes you also one of them.
That's snitching. But if you say, yo, I'm going to put you in prison.
Okay.
I mean, like, you know what I mean? You go out of your way. You spend like 700,000 rands on lawyers just to put me in prison. Because,
that's how much was spent on you.
That was how much was spent, you know what I mean? It costs almost as much to put me in prison as it is to take out AKA. You know what I mean?
So they are willing to do anything.
They're willing to spend a shitload of money. You know what I mean? They're willing to spend a shitload of money.
And another thing is that tomorrow is actually AKA's birthday. I was listening to the radio.
I know.
It's
his birthday. And not only that, it's also my childhood best friend's birthday. It's J. Cole's birthday.
Yeah.
I got caught tomorrow as well.
You got caught tomorrow on the...
Yeah, 28th of Jan, yeah. So it is what it is, Yeah. So
I feel like
it would have been his 37th birthday.
Yeah.
And still, as I was saying 2 years ago, the niggas that were with him when he died still haven't said a word.
They've been
still
quiet
haven't
ever
said a
since.
word. They've been quiet and they've been bawling.
There was news that was trending.
Imagine, dog, if your cash cow is gone, but you're still bawling.
How? Where are you getting the money from?
I don't know.
Okay, now I get
you
where
understand what
you're
I'm
coming
saying?
from. Yeah.
So, like, all of those things are obvious. And, like, everyone else who's talking nonsense about me, if you just ask them just simple questions like, yo, is what he's saying not true? Is it false? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it false? Did we not see the CCTV camera footage? Did we not see it? We saw that shit.
We
You
saw
know what I
that
mean?
shit, yeah. It
Did
was
we not
public
see
for
the niggas
everyone.
with wedgies? There was someone pulling them by a wedgie. And that's why they couldn't move. Why are they pulling you by a wedgie when your friend is getting shot? You know what I mean?
A wedgie. Not even strangle you to make
No,
sure.
like
Just
this,
a wedgie.
like holding you like this so
I
that you
know.
don't move.
I'm not that big,
That's
but
it.
I can run out of a wedgie.
Watch that CCTV camera footage again. You'll notice a lot more things. You know what I mean? So I watched it with a critical eye. I watched it to analyze each and every single movement of each and every single person that is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I exercised my freedom of speech to say, yo, these are the people that need to be investigated. Those are the people that could close the case quickly. There's niggas applying for bail, saying, hey, we need bail because we need to, our money has run out. The hit money has run out. So we need to do another hit. Let us out. You know what I mean? There's niggas applying for appeals for the extradition orders not to be enforced in Swaziland. Where are they getting that money?
So what happened to the guys that were caught in Swaziland?
They're still in Swaziland because they're appealing the extradition.
Oh, okay.
You understand? Where are they getting the money to appeal?
But those guys, they still haven't said who actually called the shots.
No, they have said everything. Like I said in that episode, one of those guys that went up to Swaziland
Yeah.
confessed to the entire crime. In prison. He was arrested. He was Westville prison.
Oh, he confessed to one of the inmates.
No, not to the inmates, to the police.
Oh. Then you should have the case closed long ago.
The police have got everything. You understand? When he was arrested, when he went to Westville, by the time he was in Westville, he'd already confessed to the police. And then he told people because he was also tortured. He was beaten up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they took him to the prisons, Utapole, and then obviously other prisoners got to word of what happened. And then someone who's in prison who knows me contacted me and said, yo, I'm here in prison. This is what this guy says, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then I was like, okay. Then I did my research, tried to verify. Okay, cool. Then I came back to SA. And then that's when the guy was let out and allowed to go back to Swaziland. And that's where he rounded up the other guys.
Are you not afraid that they might put a hit on you as well?
I mean,
They've been trying, hey?
come on, bro.
They've been trying.
You know, like, what do they gain apart from another murder charge?
To keep you quiet.
To keep you quiet, trying to
bro.
silence you.
Everything that I've needed to say, I've said already. They're not going to reverse it. They're not going to scrub it off the internet.
So, when you were arrested, didn't any funny things happen in prison? Maybe they saw that as the right time for them to like, okay, we can just finish off NOTA right now. There's no
They
one
couldn't
watching.
finish me off. Like I said, even before I was arrested a year before, I said, yo, if I have to go into prison, I'll go in. There's niggas waiting for me there. Not niggas waiting to do something to me. There's niggas waiting for me to make sure that I'm nice.
I saw when you were saying that you were taken care of there. Some
course.
people didn't even have blankets. When you came in, they already gave you a shade. Some of the bros.
I was saying that was the story I told. When they were taking me to the prison, my dad stopped the police cars, and then he gave them my blankets and my sheets and everything else.
Okay, so by the time you were going there, you had everything with you. And when you got inside, you got protection. Not protection per se, but
Protection.
You had protection.
Yeah, obviously I'm protected.
It's hard to get a umatrans when you get in prison. When you were sorted. Because I know there's niggas sleeping on the floor there.
I know. There was niggas still sleeping on the floor when I left. That arrived before me.
So what's the scariest thing you've ever experienced when you were inside?
Nothing.
Nothing. It was just... You were too free there. You were too secured.
The scariest thing is that I saw a video clip of some woman. I don't know if she was in Soweto, but she was shooting a gun in the streets. That was the scariest thing.
And you saw it when you were inside.
Yeah. I was like, damn, outside there's bitches with guns.
And they free.
Well, I mean, there's no guns inside.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so exactly. So it's like, what can be scary? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Outside is scary.
So let's talk about your musical journey, man.
Okay.
Are you gonna go more into music, more into production, or you like I
Nah,
left that for the kids?
Yeah, I retired.
You retired?
I retired. I'm shifting. I shifted industries. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like dude, I've done everything that can be done. You know,
definitely.
I've done everything that can be done, and I've done everything that's necessary to be done for South Africa. Everything that I dreamed of doing, I achieved. You know,
You also
so,
produced the biggest song in Africa, or in South Africa.
yeah, I mean, those are small things.
Ish. So, what do you think about the state of SA hip hop as we stand right now?
Well, I watched, I don't know who's this guy, Brando SA. Brando SA is a fan of certain rappers, and
Okay.
sometimes he forgets he's on a journalistic journey where he's documenting hip hop, or whether he's just making content to celebrate the people that he's a fan of. It's like we took hip hop from an underground movement to the number one genre.
Yeah.
We did it. We done. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You
Yeah.
understand? So where I found hip hop and where I left hip hop,
Left it as its peak.
you understand?
Yeah,
Having
yeah.
achieved everything. So, and the disappointing thing is that the new niggas that came in after, where they found hip hop, they just took it backwards.
Took it backwards. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah.
So the criticisms are valid. When you say, oh no, but why are they criticizing Nasty C and A Reese, when it took them 10 years to make careers for themselves? That's not the truth of the matter. It took 10 years for us to make hip hop number one. The genre. Not one artist, not a group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The entire genre. To create an entire ecosystem, to create gig opportunities, tour opportunities, all of those things, music festivals, all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
I remember
clothing brands. You know what I mean?
working with
fashion,
hip hop
whatever.
artists. Yeah.
I'm just saying, no, not just that. Actually, establishing clothing brands that are still living today, or taking them from ground zero to still.
Through the peak of SA hip hop.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throughout the whole entire journey, we affected a whole lot. So the kids of today, they're not doing anything because everything has been done for them. And it's not impressive. It's like, bro, if your first car is a freaking Benz, you understand? Your first car is a Benz. You can't go from that to a Toyota.
Let him cook. You
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your first car was a Benz. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter that, no, but you walked for 10 years before you got that first car as a Benz. The thing is that y'all niggas is driving around in Toyotas.
Yeah.
You understand? We started walking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
we
get
didn't
you.
go from the Benz at home and then have to sell it because it's broken down now and end up with a Toyota.
It's a Toyota.
You guys started with a Benz from home because we parked that Benz in the garage. We built the garage. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. It's like the state of hip hop is like, it's just sad. It's a sad state because it needs new energy to come into the game and elevate it. But if those people don't have any respect for what was done before they got into the game, they'll destroy everything. And that's exactly what they do. They're selfish. They've destroyed everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing that anyone can be proud of SA hip hop for right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing whatsoever.
So do you feel like it's much easier now for artists to blow up because everything is basically streams?
It's TikTok,
It's TikTok, one TikTok
social
trend,
media.
you
Is
up.
you know what I mean?
So a song can trend without being really, really good, but because people just messed with it on social media.
Yeah, you don't have to go submit your music to radio stations that are going to put you on. You don't care about whether the DJ back announces you properly anymore.
Yeah.
You
People
know?
can go to Spotify independently.
No
now.
one even watches TV anymore.
That's true.
You know what's the funniest thing? Like a lot of people watch Netflix. I don't watch Netflix. It's so funny because I was talking to another director. I don't watch any of that stuff. Why? Because it takes so much of your time.
For sure.
You can't do anything else when you're watching Netflix. So if you look at productivities in countries where Netflix is popular, the productivity in the offices, the GDP is going down. If you look at people taking mood stabilizers, antidepressants, and everything else, in the countries where Netflix is doing the best, people are mostly on those drugs. You know what I mean? If you go to a mental institution, all of those motherfuckers watch Netflix the whole day. That's why they end up in a mental institution, because you're not living life. You're watching TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not doing anything. You're not achieving anything.
People are no longer inspired.
It's worse than weed. It's worse than weed. You know what I mean? It's like when you smoke weed every day, you tell yourself, you get a to-do list. And you wake up in the morning, sharp, no, today I need to do A, B, C, D. And then you smoke a joint and you're like, now I'll do it tomorrow.
After 12 turns into tomorrow.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
Netflix does to people. They become vegetables.
But when you
They don't even cook anymore. You're on Mr. D the whole time. Because why? You can't cook and watch Netflix at the same time.
Yeah.
That's why I told people, I listen to audio. Because I can cook while I'm listening to audio.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? I'm still consuming the content. I'm still up to date with what's happening. You know what I mean? I'm not missing out on anything, but I don't need to see it visually.
As long as you can listen.
You know what I mean? I'm not pacifying myself.
But
so,
don't you feel like Netflix has also uplifted the entertainment industry in terms of acting
in South Africa?
in South Africa?
No.
No?
No.
You think people are still getting paid peanuts there? There's no difference than being on Uzalo, Generations, and Netflix?
What could the difference be?
I don't know. I thought maybe if you go to Netflix, you get a bigger bag. Ish. Yeah, I know it's child, and if that's the case,
Netflix only works for like global successes. You know what I mean? There's no point in being on Netflix and your stuff is only being viewed by South Africans.
okay, yeah, that makes sense because we
So
can't
a
take
lot of
you
the
anywhere.
content that is being marketed and promoted right now is for local audiences. But local audiences want to watch the best shows on Netflix. They don't care if it's South African or not. So they're going to watch Squid Games rather.
Definitely, I was also thinking of Squid Games. Yeah,
You know what I mean? They don't care this one was shot in South Africa. No, they want to see the best of the best. They're paying. How much are they paying? Almost 300 rand a month. 200 and something rand a month for Netflix, right?
yeah, but you don't see good quality there.
So they're watching the best quality.
I actually want to ask you, in regards to what you said about the state of hip hop right now. I personally think that like guys like NSC, Casper, and Aries, they've had their time, and that was fine. They did their thing. And right now, you go to shows where like the actual kids are in Brown and all of that. You get somebody like Kane Kid, you get somebody like Brother Cooper, and they get on stage, and the crowd goes much crazier than that. But those kids are not.
Nonsense.
And it's like,
No
what's
ways.
the
No ways. That's not true. I was at Back to the City.
Okay.
Iverson tour last year.
That's Iverson tour. So those are niggas that are there to see nice to see. So that's smaller niche market.
Okay.
So on a bigger like hip hop stage.
All of those guys, I watched them on stage. MT came there with a 10-year-old song and fucked them all up. Casper came there with 15-year-old songs, fucked them all up. On stage. Huh? Those are the niggas that I feel like they've got a future. But I mean, where's hip hop now? Hip hop doesn't matter.
Do you think they're replicating the same thing the boys and Bucks did? Because you see the similarities between the Fontaine and also.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they just. I wouldn't put it as a boys and bucks thing. I just think like they're OK Malum Cool Cat inspired. You know what I mean? So that's like OK Malum Cool Cat. But OK Malum Cool Cat has always had that influential effect.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? So he's always been a swaggy nigga.
Yeah.
OK Malum Cool Cat was there before Boys and Bucks. Like he was already popping. Yeah, but he was already Siyasebenza. You know, he already came through with a different style and a different flavor. So the fact that the Boys and Bucks thing the Boys and Bucks wasn't a real thing. It wasn't a real thing. Does your mother know who Boys and Bucks is? No, she
No.
doesn't.
Wasn't it for the new kids?
It doesn't. It's a niche thing. It's like people who know Iverson.
Oh,
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay,
It's
yeah.
a niche thing. If you're interested in this, you know what I mean? Like if I talk about rockets right now and propellants and all that type of stuff, there's certain people who won't know anything about it.
Okay,
But
yeah.
the people who know something about it, oh wow, they'll be really enthusiastic. You know what I mean? It's not something that's general knowledge. So Boys and Bucks was not like a general sensation. Like for them, they marketed it well, okay, fine, but it wasn't a real thing. It doesn't even exist right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't sustainable.
But they strived in their niche, and isn't that the whole point of?
They didn't, like the niche didn't materialize into anything.
Because yeah, I get what you're saying. Because they ended up all branching out. Ricky went and did his own thing. Stilo went and did
They
his
used
own
it as a
thing.
platform because they needed one another because they didn't have resources at the time. So they were the strength in numbers. We got one guy who's on TV, got one guy who works at Nike, got one guy who works at Red Bull. Okay, fine. Now we got brand deals. Okay, cool. Because,
Yeah.
now we can look cool and brown, right? Amongst niggas that don't even earn an income. They're students. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you think there's part of the new kids that he was talking about? Do you think there's anyone who's capable of taking SA hip hop to back to wherever you thought it was before?
The time is over, dog. We had that chance.
You think SA hip hop is finished for good?
Brood. There's no succession. It's done for. It's over.
I would Nasty C, A-Reels,
Dog.
nothing.
It's over for Drake. Forget
Ish.
Nasty C.
Yeah, the Drake chat is. Yeah,
It's
ish.
not even about Drake chat.
Hey, the Drake chat.
It's not even about Drake chat. I'm just saying it's over for Drake. So forget Nasty C. Do you understand what I'm saying?
If it's over for Drake, can we say that it's over for even for US hip hop?
Obviously.
Because I don't think Kendrick will be able to carry it.
They'll never.
No. Kendrick will never carry the game like Drake.
Forget Kendrick. Kendrick and Drake, J. Cole, all of them come from the same generation. Who's the next Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole? Exactly.
I don't have any.
There's no one. There's no one. You understand what I'm saying? There's no one. It's over.
Wouldn't you say that the formulas are just changing? Because that was the strategy and formula that worked for them, and now it's something that's completely new. I was saying even with like somebody was asking me like, why do we have dance challenges for every piano songs? I was like, because we don't have music videos anymore. They kind of replace music videos.
Because people don't watch TV.
Wait, was Amapiano gonna strive if TikTok was closed? If TikTok was shut down for good?
No, but you can't like now change the way the world is. It's like, okay, if there was no sun,
Okay.
would there still be a day? Like, you understand what I'm saying? You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah. So I think the only genre that's basically doing really good right now is Amapiano.
Yeah.
And who do you think has the best choreography between Uncle Wafuz and Ukamumpela in terms of performance?
Neither.
Neither.
No, they're not choreographers.
But in terms when they're doing performances and everything.
Nah. They're dancers who dance. There's school kids who dance better than them. You know what I
Facts
mean?
on facts, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like they're inventing new moves. They're stealing the moves from the school kids. And there's no royalties for dance moves.
Yeah, that's the saddest thing. The only thing they can do is to go on TikTok and say dance crew, they mention them, that's it.
They don't even do that. You know what I mean? And that just shows you like the type of attitude of the people that we have in our creative community. It's a bunch of copycats, thieves, just people who don't have any morality. There's no Ubuntu. They don't feed back, and that's why nothing feeds back into them. It's like if you've got Ubuntu and you're like, damn it, I'm entering this hip-hop space. This hip-hop space, there were doors open for me, for people who I might have never met. But the opportunities that I have today are because of them. I need to at least give back in some way.
Stretch your hand also.
You know what I mean? And there is none of that attitude. In fact, it's just, let me grab whatever I can get. Whatever's on the table that I can grab, let me grab that. And, that's just part of current South African culture right now. It's like everything we have, we destroy because we don't respect, we don't appreciate.
Yeah, South Africa is mostly built on corruption when you think about it. A lot of industries have people are also influencers are complaining on TikTok. Like some of us can't get brand deals because we don't know people in these big industries in these big companies. So I feel like it's a whole South African issue.
I think that there's too few brands.
Oh, okay. There's too few brands to cater for the whole.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you can't be on MTN, Vodacom, and Cell C, right?
yeah.
You have to choose one, or one has to choose you, or Telcom. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So because our economy is just so concentrated, we have a big five of everything.
Okay,
You know
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Big five retail stores, big five clothing stores, big five banks, big five this, big five this, big five this, big five this. And then other than those five, everybody else is a struggling small business.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's just how our economy was constructed. And I mean, when you talk about it's just like a corrupt nation, I mean, or criminal nation, I mean, South Africa was built on criminality. It started with stealing land, stealing resources,
yeah.
and then stealing people's time through labor that is underpaid for, you know. So everything has a criminal genesis, you know. It
Yeah.
starts from criminality, you know. So that's how wealth has been extracted from South Africa to enrich other more violent countries. I'd put it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're smarter. They've got bigger guns and you
They
know.
get bigger guns. Yeah.
Yeah, and they've got a propensity to commit, you know, atrocities that we don't have. So that's what makes it difficult for them. And with brands, it'll become like that. But with people not making themselves into brands, you know what I mean? You're waiting for brands. You should be thinking of yourself as a brand. You know what I mean? So why isn't there a Nasty C vape?
A nasty vape.
There's a Nasty vape.
I know the nasty vape. Maybe.
Yeah, but there isn't a Nasty C vape. So you're telling me that the man couldn't go to China,
But are you?
then find a manufacturer, then sell the product under his own brand, get whatever licenses he did?
Wait, can I ask? Is it a good way for an artist to have a vape?
I mean, the kids are vaping, bro. You know,
If the kids are vaping,
he
might as well
was selling
just tap
Johnny
into
Walker,
it.
wasn't he? So I mean, what's the difference?
But that was a collaboration. Having it as your own, where you
You're
destroy
in the
the
Johnny
lungs of
Walker.
the kids.
I mean, come on. His fans are dying in taverns. They're underage drinking. They're drinking and driving. They're causing car accidents and all that stuff. I mean, so once you've already crossed that line of morality, there's no point in saying, "Oh, okay, no, let me not do a vape." Alcohol is
You've
poison.
already been promoting alcohol.
I mean, it's already destructive. At your events, you're sponsored by alcohol brands. You know.
Hey, Mara, NOTA. Because I feel like when you get sponsored, when you get like a partnership or you do anything, you have to do your due diligence. And Bona, right now, they'll always say not for sale for anyone under the age of 18. Yeah, bo. But then with the vape, anyone can just go to any garage, any store and buy vape. Even kids.
No. They're licensed.
But do they restrict kids from buying a vape?
I don't know. I think so. They should be. You know, they should be. But I don't know. Maybe nicotine is not controlled like tobacco is.
Yeah.
But they should be. But I don't see any vape ads.
You see them
So
on
I think
those websites, but not on TV mainly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's controlled in a similar way. But I mean, that's not the point. I would just use that as an example because I've seen. Yeah, actually, I have seen nasty ads like billboards. Nasty. So there's no advertising restrictions on that. These guys are not building their own brands. You know what I mean? So they can't create products or market products themselves. So it is what it is, you know.
Because people are also talking about how Casper is pushing Biliato, but he doesn't even own the brand. So it's more like a long run or long-term partnership. But does he have his own thing that says, okay, this is Casper Invest thing?
Well, he can't manufacture that. He doesn't own a distillery. You know what I mean? So in any way, you're going to need to partner with a company. And that whole entire thing was just like, okay, they decided, okay, we can't promote this AKA vodka anymore. Let's find a Casper product, but it can't be a vodka. Let's find something else. That's what it is.
It was basically a replacement.
That's it. A like-for-like replacement. We use this rapper, now let's use this one.
But as you were talking, you say the era of making a music video is kind of over. I would like to argue with that. The reason being, ne, when you think about maybe like 10 years ago, how long did it take one video to reach 1 million views on YouTube? And then you look at now, it can take you like a day or two.
No, you're comparing the wrong thing.
How so?
You're comparing the wrong thing.
But you're saying
You're
like,
comparing the wrong thing.
how so?
Because long time ago, you used to go fetch water in the river. Now there's a tap in your house.
Good man.
What are you saying, bro?
So people didn't have access to Wi-Fi a lot back in the
Exactly.
days.
So it's got nothing to do with it being more lucrative to have music videos now. There's a tap in your house right now. There's a faucet. You know.
And that also contributes to the low quality music that is being produced and also movies because people now have easy access to those things. So
Yeah, they've got easy access to distribution, so that's it.
they don't know appreciate the art. They just push
Well, I mean, like, you needed to get studio time to make a song back in the day.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't just record any old nonsense.
Now they just cook. They're bending the pots now.
The what pot stuck?
They don't even have the pots.
They're ordering Uber Eats stuck. You know what I mean? They're ordering Uber Eats. They got Uber One accounts. You know what I mean? So there's no more cooking. There's no more preparation.
For me, hearing something like this from you is actually like, I don't know if I would say it's disappointing because you're part of the pioneers of SA hip hop. So if when yourself, you feeling like the time for SA hip hop is chai, like it can never be recooked, it can never be rebuilt. Yeah, we know very like we have about Questa, Nasty C, Casper. Do you think Casper can still do it, Philip?
You know the answer to that. You know the answer to that.
I know SA hip hop is cooked. And most of those hip hop rappers are branching into Amapiano. Because even Nasty C.
Do you understand what Philip was? It wasn't a Casper event. It was a SA hip hop event. Do you understand? That was SA hip hop supporting, creating a platform, an entire groundswell. You know what I mean? None of those events, apart from maybe the Dome, was he on the stage alone.
Yeah, facts.
The stadium events.
It was more like a cultural event for SA hip hop.
None of those events was he promoting it alone. The whole of SA hip hop was like, okay, let's make sure that this thing happens so that SA hip hop looks good. We don't care if it's Casper that's gonna be the one that's
But this needs
credited
to
for
be a
it.
success,
But SA
yeah.
hip hop is gonna look good, and then therefore we'll all benefit. No one cares about the game that much anymore because once the game got to a certain level, people were more interested in what they can get out of the game than what they can put into it. You know?
Yeah.
And that's the attitude, and that's the saddest thing. Like, it's like for you it's disappointment, but like for me it's like betrayal. You know what I mean? It's backstabbing because we carried this game with nothing, and now we carried it for nothing
Because now everyone is just dragging it down.
because they don't respect the people that came before them. There's no respect whatsoever.
That is actually true. You would find an 18-year-old coming up rapper beefing with Casper Nyovest on Twitter.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
I've seen a lot. They don't
how
respect
many
the
people
goal.
beef with Elon Musk? He's the richest man in the world. He's worth $430 billion. You understand?
Yeah.
Everyone is telling him nonsense in the comments. Yo, the guy sends rockets to space that land
Casper entertains
on a
them,
ship
yeah.
in the ocean that drives itself. And I'm
But
just
that was
saying,
one of the best inventions, though.
what?
The Elon Musk thing.
The reusable rockets.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But the guy who did that, people are arguing with him, thinking they're smarter than him.
Oh,
You understand what I'm
I
saying?
get what you're saying. Yeah.
So it's just the way of the world right now. So, I can forgive the 18-year-old rapper for thinking they can, go to tour. I mean,
yeah.
because it's general. It's like, but that's the platform. X is a platform where all of us are equal on that platform. You know what I mean? Whether you're a billionaire, someone can burn you. Someone can ratio you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whether you're
yeah.
a president of a country, it doesn't matter. Someone can come there and,
Someone said
anyone can get it there.
Someone said NOTA is
Equal
Chris
opportunity.
XL. Someone said you are Chris XL.
Yeah, but they know I'm not.
How do we know?
They know I'm not, bro. They know I'm
Never
not.
know.
Yeah, well, I've gotten to know him. We speak often.
In X or in
No,
person?
on the phone.
Oh.
Never met him like face to face.
No. Nah, he stays where he stays. But you know what's the funniest thing about Chris Excel, right?
Yeah.
There used to be a rapper from Port Elizabeth,
Okay.
where Chris Excel is from, right? Remember, he had a big beef with AKA.
Okay.
And then a few years ago, he deleted his Twitter, or he got off Twitter. He also had a beef with Casper, a bit back and forth. And then he stopped being on Twitter. I'm just saying.
And then next thing we have Chris XL.
Now we've got Chris Excel.
Who's the rapper?
Which rapper beefed with AKA and guess?
Port Elizabeth.
Come on, dog.
I finally just dropped a track like Friday.
But he's not on Twitter. Did he tweet about it?
No. You might be onto something. We'll never know though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But now I'm picturing I find it clapping those tweets, going against the president, going against rappers, going against influencers. Because he cooks them, Shem. Once Chris XL cooks you, he
You
cooks
stay
you for
cooked.
good.
Chris Excel's got more followers than almost anybody on Twitter in South Africa. He's got 3.1 million followers.
And now that Twitter, you can actually make money on Twitter. I'm sure he's
There's
milking.
monetization and everything else. So, the niggas that are not on camera are busy moisturizing their lips.
I was actually looking at him now. I was sitting in mind.
Don't worry, we've got juice there.
I'll just drink nuts.
So I don't know. I've got my own Twitter, dog,
La vida nota.
and I roast people too. So why would I need to double it up with another account? Double up.
Trying to make it double. Did he even make that milli? Did he even make that milli?
Of course.
He said, I'm trying to make a
A
milli.
milli. I don't know. Chris Excel's got over 3 milli followers. So I'm just
Chris
saying.
XL is cooking it.
Yeah, so it is what it is. The online space is different. I mean, I wasn't even active on my own Twitter for a long time, so I was languishing. And I think when I checked it out, I was like, oh, I've only got like 3,000 followers. Damn.
Let me start interacting
It was
with people.
2020. Then I decided, like, let me get back to Twitter. So now I've got like 128,000. So I've grown by 125,000 followers since then. And I've had my account suspended for like almost
I remember when you were
2 years. It's at some point in time, or a year, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a break. And I think when my account got suspended, I had like just over 10,000 followers at that point in time. So,
So now that you are active on Twitter, don't you find it
on X.
on X?
Yes.
On X, don't you find it a bit unfair or at the same time a kind of weird that when you would talk about something that a regular normal person would talk about, but when you will have more interaction and you'll be judged more and criticized because you are not.
Yeah, it is unfair, but I mean, it comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory.
Because I mean, when someone else just says it, no one cares or listens. You know what I mean? So there's the upside and the downside to it. You know what I mean? It's like more people will listen, more people are influenced, but then also more people will be upset or want to take action. So it is what it is, man. You know, it doesn't really bother me.
You used to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think like for me, like when they doubled the character limit from 140 characters, well, it was 160 characters with handle space. So the handle space is 20 characters. So that made it 140 characters. When they doubled it to 280, I was like, damn, now I have to learn how to tweet again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I got used to it. And then like now I'm like, I don't know anyone who uses 280 characters better than me. Like seriously, like I can make an entire 280 characters tweets, not filling emojis or creating spaces or whatever. You know what I mean? With proper grammar, not shortening words or anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No abbreviations.
Simple and straightforward.
280 characters, and then to write something that is concise like that and get my point across and communicate everything, where I don't need to make a follow-up tweet, I don't need to make it a thread. You know what I mean? That for me was like hard to learn. That was a skill that I needed to refine, but it helped me with everything else. It's like it helps you with elevator pitches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I can communicate a complex concept concisely.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 3 sentences or less. You know? And that's an important skill to have. You know what I mean? It helps me articulate myself better. And it also adds itself as a benefit when I do platforms like this, like podcasting.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not like, it's not like I write down things that I want to say or whatever, like I answer. But automatically, I can think of a sound bite that comes to mind that is relevant enough to go viral. You understand what
I
I'm
agree
saying?
with you on that one. Yeah.
So like, and that comes from that skill. You know what I mean? When someone takes a 60-second clip, within that 60-second clip, I've made my point.
Doesn't have to drag it to 2 minutes or anything.
You understand what I'm
60 seconds
saying?
is enough.
Done.
Yeah.
So then that makes my clips, it makes it easier for people to take clips of me on different platforms and then add them to TikTok, and then there's viral clips going all over the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they get millions of views as well. The
Also boost
engagement.
their accounts, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just to boost their accounts. I'm just saying, like, in terms of getting my content out there, getting the message that I'm trying to get out there. You know, I've become very good at that through that practice. So it has helped me with that, and understanding that there's a balance. You know what I mean? There's positive and negative responses that you're getting, but you're getting engagement, and that's the currency, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is very valuable. Companies pay copywriters millions a year to copyright for them, but they still can't get messages across like I can. You know?
Cook, no, it's a cook.
No, and that's the thing is that, you know, someone be like, yeah, but it's not like those companies are paying you for it. And it's like, yeah, but I'm making that for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're being paid a salary to make that for someone else who's going to make billions off of your work that they're paying you 50K a month for, you know? So,
I feel like ChatGPT destroyed the creative thinking of a lot of humans. Like AI itself, it just destroyed a lot of creative thinking behind on working on anything, because now you can just go there, look for whatever you want, or you just have it.
well, women don't use ChatGPT or AI. That's the thing. Women are dumb. It's like, damn.
Actually,
You
yeah,
bitches
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
need to show titties if you knew how to use AI.
Honestly, hey?
It's like, you know what I mean? So I just think it makes it better for men, because we like technology, and we like, you know, there's now DeepSeek, which is free. So you don't need ChatGPT for a ChatGPT for a subscription. They've got DeepThink, which is their reasoning model. And then DeepSeek is their language learning model. And then it also uses web search. It's got access to all the information on the web, whereas ChatGPT has like a limit
Do you think US will limit the access to DeepSeek because it's from China and also
They can't.
like they did the same thing like with TikTok.
They limited it where?
In US.
Yeah, and so where are we?
Yeah, they can spread it across the world.
But in South Africa, they can't. The only limitations in this whole entire sphere are compute. I said this on Penwell's podcast. The thing is that I'm speaking to a lot of South Africans, and South Africans, they come from an education system that's supposed to keep you dumb. So people didn't even hear what I was saying, and I was saying this 4 years ago. I was like, we don't have the compute power. We don't manufacture GPUs. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, even if we did, we don't have electricity.
Yeah, we don't have power.
To power those GPUs. So the only limitation right now is the compute power and the power generation. And who's the world leader in all of those?
Do you think each region should have their own?
It's China.
It's China.
Each region should, yes.
Because now, if you're looking at US, the models that they use, and also China, sometimes it won't relate to Africa. So you'll end up using something.
Well, look at Perplexity. Perplexity basically puts together all the models and then just layers on top of them.
But also the language in Africa, if you look at each country's thing.
But if you layer on top of it, you know what I mean? Language can be translated. Once you do the translations, then you do the layers, and then you add the indigenous information, and then that's how you innovate the system. So, we don't need to reinvent the wheel where it comes to AI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could just work off of what they've already got. But we don't have the compute power. You don't have the data centers, and we cannot power them. We don't have enough electricity for that. But we've got more electricity than the rest of Africa. So if we get our act together, at least we can be leaders on the continent.
Yeah, true. Because I think we are supplying electricity to Mozambique.
Well, I mean, we're 96% electrified. That's what matters.
That's what matters, no? Yo. So
Yeah.
we
Whereas
can be
other
number one on the
populations have
continent,
got less thing. But I mean, our biggest challenge is like I was watching a thing on the fall of the Roman Empire, and basically the fall of the Roman Empire was the lack of industry. So once inflation crises came about, people just decided to leave the city and then go into the rural areas, and then they're not producing anything. Because why? You're in the rurals, you're in the farm, you're going back to subsistence farming, and you only got that land because you were rich. But now when you take all the rich people out of the city, those are the people that start the companies, that hire people, that, can create industry. So they didn't have industry. And that's just, they got too comfortable. The slave labor system helped them get such cheap labor that they didn't need manufacturing of machines.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To actually divide the labor. So now what you have is that you've got AI, which is dividing the type of labor that we've got today, which is mainly, laptop class labor. So we're about to see the fall of another empire. Like what's happening in the fall of the United States empire has got less to do with the changing of the global order and more to do with the fact that they don't manufacture anymore. So they don't actually have industries. They've got brands. You understand?
Yeah.
So they might have Apple, the brand, but where's it made? In China
China,
and Vietnam.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They've got Nvidia, the brand, but where is it made? In Taiwan. They've got, you know what I mean? So they're not manufacturing anything, and that's what kills your empire. Is that you're no longer able to make things, and the only thing that they try to protect in terms of manufacturing is their weapons. But still, there's certain components that are manufactured in other countries, like China and everything else. So weapons is the dumbest thing because you're basically making a thing that's self-destructing. Yeah. You make a bomb and its use is that it blows up and you can't use it again. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the purpose of it. So like the utility is like instantly gone and you have to keep making them. So that helps you in terms of you've got like a manufacturing industry that's just making these things and selling them so people can consume them and use them and blow them up. But when other people are focused on other industries that actually make things that are more durable and that add value to life instead of actually destroying human life, you know what I mean? Think about all the things that you're able to do with your iPhone or your MacBook, how much productivity you're able to get out of it, the utility that you're able to get out of it. You know what I mean? How many slaves do you have? It's 200 slaves per iPhone. So...
Do you think it is sustainable to manufacture if you don't have cheap labor? Do you think like South Africa right now?
we do have cheap labor.
Cheap labor is everywhere.
Yeah, we've got much cheap... The reason why America can't continue to manufacture is because they don't have cheap labor.
Yeah, but in South Africa, like you have the minimum wage, which they're still complaining that it's too
It's still cheap.
Still cheap labor, dog.
It's still cheap.
Still cheap.
It's still cheap. Our labor is way cheap. That's why we manufacture cars, or at least assemble them.
In South Africa, there's still people who are getting paid 3K a month, dog. 3K. Cheap labor, it's still real in South Africa. So, BRICS was trying to create their own currency. And then...
Not yet.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
But then Donald Trump said if we create our own currency, he's going to apply 100% tariffs with anything that we're getting from the US. So do you think...
Donald Trump is a poker player and businessman.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
So maybe he was just trying to scare them.
Yeah, he's trying to scare you.
But do you think BRICS is actually capable of creating its own
I
currency?
don't think America is capable of putting 100% tariffs on all products. They don't manufacture anything anymore. So you just need to look at the reality. Okay. Reality is that America depends on importing manufactured goods because they don't have cheap labor to manufacture those goods. So he can't do that for everything. But he needs to threaten it wherever he can to defend the value of the dollar because that's their strongest asset. You know what I mean? That's why they make bombs.
Yeah.
To protect the dollar. That's what the bombs are for.
Yeah, no, I get what you're
You and
saying.
your sister still getting into politics?
Oh, well, my sister is involved in politics with the work that she does. I mean, she studied politics, philosophy, and economics. But for my own political journey, you know, I can't be using 280 characters to communicate and not have an outlet. So my political journey is something that I'm working on. I'm defining it as I go along, you know.
Yeah.
It's about building your personal brand and building your credibility. But also at the same time, it's about doing that over time. You need to give people time to trust you. You need people to say, but 5 years ago he said this, now he's saying this. How can we trust this guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that comes in stages. But 2026, you know, I'm considering opening my own little party because under the current electoral laws, being an independent is stupid. You know?
How so?
So if clowns like Musi Maimani can get themselves seats in parliament, and all it takes is 45,000 votes, I'm sure I can get 45,000 votes, you know, and get myself a seat on the city council. And if I've got a seat on the city council, at least then I can nominate myself for mayor.
Yeah.
And then I can lobby the other parties. I can say, yo, MK, give me some votes. Yo, Action SA, give me some votes. Yo, you guys, give me some votes. Yo, ANC, come on, give me some votes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then let me be mayor and then let me do the thing. And if I fail, at least you guys won't be blamed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's important that we change the way in which politics works. I mean, it's always been like my ultimate goal. So I had to get around it via doing everything else that I had to do.
So what's going to be your political party? Or are you still working on it?
No, it's the NOTA party.
The NOTA party.
None of the above party.
He has a famous name.
So vote NOTA. Just vote NOTA.
Vote NOTA.
Like the whole entire thing stemmed from that. Like I already knew when I chose NOTA, that's what it was. NOTA stands for none of the above. Okay. So it's like when you spoil a ballot, it's called a NOTA vote.
Pro wants to win by default.
No, I'm saying it's a NOTA vote. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just that I'm actually having a party called the NOTA party, which is not a party. It's a serious thing. So that has always been part of the plan. It's just that, you know, it took me a while to get my brand to the point where I could say it, and then people are like, okay, this is credible.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to get myself to a point where people actually demand it. People actually say, yo, please get into politics. Yo, please get into politics. Yo, please get into politics. And I'm like, no. But deep down, I already knew that was already the plan from the beginning, since I was 8 years old. So,
So my question is around, what do you think political parties need to do to gain black vote?
there's nothing they can do, bro. I don't think there's such a thing as a black vote anymore. Yeah, you need to be able to appeal to each and every single individual.
Yeah, facts.
They need to be able to trust you with the embetterment of their lives. That's it. It's like, I see this guy making my life better. I might not agree with him on this, and this, but I know that if he does what he says he's going to do, my life will improve. And that's it.
But how do we take away the fear of voting for someone new? Because I feel like people are still on the fence.
The devil you know is better than the one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, we didn't even vote for the government we have today. So, you know.
So do you think leaders like Gates and McKenzie, in the eyes of the people, he's doing well, he's pushing music, he's pushing every other industries, but do you think he is for the people, or he understands marketing and PR, he does what needs to be done so that people can look at him in that way?
Yeah, he understands marketing and PR. He sells books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me, I don't care. I don't care. Like, for me, I like to look at everyone as a selfish individual, right?
Yeah.
And then I look at what are the incentives for them. If they are able to do good, people will like him more, you know, favor him more.
Yeah.
And therefore, I want him to succeed in doing good because it will uplift others. You know what I mean? And people are very vocal about what their misgivings are on the current political dynamic. And he's able to straddle both lines. He's able to be, you know, the president of an opposition party, which is also sitting inside government, a cabinet minister who also wants to create, you know, radical, you know, change. And that's it. So I'm just hoping that, you know, he can get more done from a legislative perspective.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen that, you know what I mean? And that's actually what his big job is. His big job is to be implementing bills, but there are no bills being proposed from his ministry that benefit the arts and culture space or the sports space. So, yeah.
So let's just say, hypothetically, your political party wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything is possible, right? Mm-hmm. Your political party wins. What's the first thing that you would do, or the first thing you would want to change in South Africa?
Yeah, well, I mean, for my political party to win, it would take maybe 20 years minimum.
Yeah.
So that's like 5 election cycles. So
the problems will be different by then.
yeah, I wouldn't want my political party to win. I just want a seat. Once I can get a seat and I'm in council, and I can then nominate myself as mayor, and then but if I could get executive powers, you know, however I'm able to get them. The first thing I would do, you know, is I would remove Soweto from the city of Joburg.
Okay. Why is that so?
Because Soweto is underdeveloping because it's just a labor camp, or now it's becoming a retirement village. You know what I mean? It's not built up to be self-sufficient. If you want to do anything there, you have to leave and then come back. You have to catch a taxi, leave, catch a train, leave, and then come back. So that's the thing. So I'd separate it from the city of Joburg and then say, yo, you guys do your own thing. Like, this part of Soweto, no building less than 5 stories. You're building up now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you're keeping more people inside this space, and you're doing more with the limited space, and you're ensuring that you guys are self-sufficient as a city. And then I'd still take the electricity debt. You know, I'd cancel that debt. So you guys start with a clean slate. Now you are your own city. You can elect your own mayor.
Okay.
And then we've got a new black city.
Okay,
You
that
know what I
would be
mean?
so powerful. Yeah.
Instead of now trying to build a smart city in Lanseria, like what the hell are you doing? You're trying to build a smart city, but your slums are slumming. Your townships are dead.
Yeah.
You understand? Why are you trying to build a new smart city and you've still got places that are there that have got people that have been living there for years, that have got history and
Can be
heritage
developed. Yeah.
that can, you know what I mean? So that's what I would do. First step. Second step, I'd build more tall buildings. Like tall buildings. Like Johannesburg, like a lot of the buildings, though, you see all the buildings that have been hijacked, I'd demolish all of them and build like tall skyscrapers, 100-story, 80-story, 70-story.
So it created a lot of job opportunities, basically.
That construction will create opportunities. The accommodation will create opportunities. The fact that people can live in close proximity to one another will create opportunity for business people. They can sell more products and everything else. You know, I basically turned Joburg CBD into like competition for Manhattan. You know, it's not the same type of build-up, but you know, and it's much more modern than Manhattan. We use much more modern building materials. I mean, if you look at Manhattan or New York, that all those buildings were built in the 1800s. You know what I mean? Ours were built in the 1900s. You know, so with better technology, you know, so there's more that can be done.
Get rid of the foreigners like how Donald Trump did it, or what's your check on that?
Yeah, you see all those landfill sites that are, if nothing, I'd put like refugee villages there and keep them in there.
Oh, okay. Instead of getting rid of them, but move them from one place
Well,
to another.
the problem with getting rid of them is that they're always going to find a way to come back.
And they always do, ne?
Yeah, so I just keep them in a place. I give them their own place.
So you're just going to build one rooms or whatever, or find a place that's abandoned.
Tall buildings, like former landfill sites. You see where Iskanga,
Yeah,
where they used to
Iskanga,
dump. That's a landfill site. So those places can't be used for a certain amount of years. And now once they open up, I'd put those refugee villages there and I'd build them up. You know what I mean?
No.
I'd make them build it and I wouldn't pay them. Be like, yeah.
Or they will build it. But you're going to stay there anyway. So
They're going to stay
yeah.
there. No, they're going to stay there. So, you know
So
what I mean?
why would you
At
complain?
least-
Yeah.
Exactly. And then I'd restrict them to those areas. You know what I mean? Like a Group Areas Act type vibe.
Yeah, because we were in CBD the other day and we passed by Hill, bro. We were like, no.
It doesn't have enough Zulus. You know, you need a lot of Zulus. You know what I mean? They stop the nonsense. Like, you know, there's a lot of Zulus in an area. At least the nonsense stops a bit. You know what I mean? You just need to import.
Becomes better, yeah.
import a couple Zulus just to make sure that there's order.
Need to fetch them in case.
You know what I mean? I bumped into some colored people now in Maboneng. I was like, oh, coloreds. I'm a colored. I said, in fact, we also need to import some coloreds as well. Just import some coloreds into the CBD. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
put the coloreds on this side, put the Zulus on this side. You know what I mean? Just make sure that's okay, fine.
Yeah.
You know, there's no nonsense.
And people will behave, eh?
Yeah, the Zulus like that. The Zulus like instilling order in places. You know what I mean? That's their culture. They like doing that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Other people just don't have that culture in them.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
So then
I
they
get it.
just let things go. You know what I mean? So that's why you need to work on your people's strengths and the diversity instead of just looking at people for the purpose of bastardizing them. Like, no, Zulus are what. Nah, like they've got their culture. How does their culture work for what we want? Okay, let's use that.
Yeah.
Okay, these ones have also got their culture. How does their culture work for what we want? Okay, let's use that. And then these guys have also got their culture. How does their culture work for what we want? Okay, let's use that. Simple.
Because Zulus, they discipline you now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're actually studying in KZN, all of us.
Yeah.
He's actually from KZN. He
Yeah.
swings anytime. Go wrong at him, he swings now.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. So, you know what I mean? I spent a lot of time in KZN. I haven't been to Durban in a long time, maybe 6-7 years. So, you know, I'm hoping that it hasn't fallen apart. since the last time I was there. I used to spend a lot of time there. I mean, I probably used to spend like 2 months of the year in Durban.
Where would you go in
Every
Durban?
year. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Durban, obviously, North Coast, Palito.
Yeah, but Palito is nice, yeah.
Yeah, but it's far.
Yeah, it's far from everything.
It's far from the people.
Yeah, Palito is kind of
But
far.
I understand why Shaka liked it. You know what I mean?
Shaka like Palito?
Don't you know Shaka's Rock?
Oh, yeah.
That was Shaka's little beach house area. You know what I mean? There's even a museum there at Shaka's Rock. His museum. You know what I mean? He liked that area. So, yeah, man. I think from the city of Joburg, if we can just focus on that, just as like, think of it as like a city-state, like it's its own country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can build something really significant. And you must remember, it's like we're the biggest like inland city in the world, you know. And for me, Joburg has got a special place in my heart because, like, you know, I'm a third generation born here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From a maternal side. So from my grandmother, my mother, and myself were born in Joburg. You know, it's very rare that you get people that their grandparents were born
We're
here.
born in Joburg. Yeah, a lot of people came here because of job opportunities.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my grandparents came here because I was just like some of the first people to come here.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah. I've got nowhere to go. Semakaya.
Semakaya, lah.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy because umuntu masi ngemakaya they leave Joburg.
Yeah. No.
When
not
Semakaya,
yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's different. So I think what I offer is that I'm like loyal to the city because, you know, my grandparents are buried here.
Yeah.
You know
You
what I
also grew up here. Everything that you've built is
It's
basically
here.
here. Yeah.
So, you know, I've got nowhere else to go. Whereas a lot of these other people who are in political parties, they're from elsewhere.
Yeah.
Christmas time, they go elsewhere. I spend my
leave,
Christmas here. And it's so nice. All of you motherfuckers are gone.
It's peaceful. It's so quiet.
You know what I mean? So that's the enjoyable part about being from Joburg. So I think I'll do more of that in 2026. I mean, who knows? All I need is just the votes of my neighborhood
Yeah.
and people around in my ward 115, city of Joburg,
Yeah.
which is quite a big ward. And even if I don't get like to be mayor, at least I can be councillor.
Counselor, yeah.
And then my mother doesn't have to complain to a stranger anymore.
She just calls you, but like,
Yeah,
hey, find
Tuma
out, we need to
Mina.
fix this. Yeah. Tuma
You know,
Mina.
you understand? My mother's always complaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I can just make sure that my mother's fine now. My mother doesn't need to worry, you know.
Yeah.
And then everyone else's benefits. Why? Because, you know, my mother's not going to be fine unless the whole neighborhood is good. You know what I mean?
Facts,
See,
yeah.
exactly. So, you know, I think that's the best option from a political ambition side of things. Running a country is much more complex.
Do you think
The type of power brokering that you need to be able to do there is much more intense. So I only feel like I can prove I'm qualified if I can turn my home city into one of, you know, the best cities in the world.
But people will critique you because you stay like in a suburban area, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can develop a suburban area, how can you develop Soweto? Because I'm a suburbs.
It's no longer my problem. I already told you I'm getting rid of it. I'm saying, Soweto, you guys you're on your own now. I told you first day, say sign, Soweto is no longer part of the city of Joburg. It's now the city of Soweto. It's its own
Oh,
city.
so that's your aim.
You understand? It's no longer my problem. That's it.
Do you think it's possible for a person to open a political party and not be backed by money and still strive?
Because there's different ways in which to make money. You can make money yourself.
Yeah, like
You can build businesses. You can, you know what I mean? And then use that.
Also needed funding, even though he's rich. Do you think that he's controlled?
Everyone is controlled. That's in the current politics because they don't build businesses that are like genuine, that can last, you know. So him and Mashawa's biggest problem is that he sold cancer. You know what I mean? And he sold it to Colgate, but, you know, it's no longer there. So his product did not do good to the community, didn't uplift the community. You know what I mean? Even though it did help in terms of like, he used salons and he professionalized salons. So people used to do hair in their homes by themselves, but like he made salons in the townships, you know, better off. He supplied them with product and those businesses were able to build and grow. But that whole entire industry has been taken over by foreigners now who use it as a money laundering operation for selling drugs or whatever else, for doing Yahoo scams or, you know. So he hasn't even addressed that. He's busy with spaza shops, but he hasn't taken back the salons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is something, he's got the databases, he's got the information, he knows where all the salons were. You know, that's something he could attack. All the guys that are in the game right now are controlled. But it's like controlled by who? Everyone is for sale when it comes to politics. Everybody. So the best way to do it for me is the way I see Trump doing it. It's just like be for sale for everybody.
Yeah, don't be selective. Yeah,
don't be selective. Yeah, Trump doesn't choose sides. You know what I mean? This one wants to buy him, okay, clean, I got you. Who else? Okay, clean, I got you. Clear, but throughout it all, he wants to get what he wants to get out of those people instead of them getting what they want out of him. If you look at the balance of the outcomes, it's more him getting what he wants than it is them getting what they want. Well, I don't know if it was worth it for South Africans.
Was it?
I mean, are the people richer? The poverty levels are higher, the inequality is higher. You know what I mean? Our bitches are now used to foreigners.
For that time.
Before 2010, our bitches never
time.
liked foreigners. After 2010, all our bitches want are foreigners.
So a lot of people gain access.
Yeah, like just think about it. 2010, dog. Okay, I don't know how old you guys are.
I'm 28.
You're 28. Okay, so how old are you?
2010, I was doing grade 7. So I was young. I was doing grade
All
7.
I know is that, dog, when the Mexicans and Argentinians came, we couldn't find our girlfriends. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When those guys were here, it was tough. You guys are complaining about Nigerians right now. 2010, it was tough. Fana, you'd go to a place and Fana with your person, and then all of a sudden she's dancing with some Argentinian guy, and then all of a sudden, no, she doesn't want to leave.
But we came together.
Yeah. So we just had to say, it's only for 1 month, boys.
It's just 1 month.
Let them have their Mexicans and whatnot, let them enjoy themselves. But I mean, we've never gone back from that. Now, like, all girls want to be prostitutes. It's like guys want to be YouTubers and streamers, girls want to be prostitutes.
And then when they become famous YouTubers and streamers, they still want to clap those prostitutes.
That's the worst thing, bro. Yeah. It's like, I don't understand niggas that like bitches that other niggas have been with. It's like, how many bodies you got? Oh yeah, now I want you. It's like, it's like they look for the body count as like it's good. Girls should actually start saying, no, I've had 100 bodies. They'll get more niggas.
True.
Because the way niggas are just so simping, it's like, bro, I see it with these celebrity girls that date if nigga to nigga to nigga to nigga. I'm like, all you niggas want to be known as niggas that smashed the sun.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you, yeah.
Me now when I smash, it's fine. I'm like the biggest nigga that smashed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else that smashed, nobody knows that they smashed. You know what I mean? It's a secret. Cool. So I'm clean. Now niggas are chasing the hands that have been with other niggas. It's like, oh, Edwin Sodi had her. Okay, I also need to get on that. It's like, nigga, why would you wanna be tunnel buddies with that nigga?
We're actually speaking about this. We would say this thing of sleeping around. It doesn't make sense. Okay, sharp fine, I smash her. Then what?
Yeah.
What's the way forward? Okay, you smash.
And you give her taxi money.
This thing, it doesn't make sense. And it made sense when you're still in uni, you know. Oh, that girl's room who lives in block B, I smashed. Okay, it was kind of cool. But now it's like, do you have money? Can you survive? We have like better things to do with our life than to be chasing women.
That's the thing. No, they don't.
Oh.
They don't have money.
See.
They don't have. So smashing that hand is like the highlight. No, seriously. Like I've figured out that that's what it must be. It's like I don't have anything else to show for my success. So at least let me smash hands. At least I can still get the girls. So that's where you get your validation from. You know what I mean? And it's problematic. People who seek external validation, like smashing hands is like the thing. It's like, okay, let's scroll through the phone today.
Let's see who I
Get
can
some
try.
liquor, get some ice tropez, nyana. You know what I mean? Let's get just a 6-pack of ice tropez and then 24 of brutal fruit.
So then have you never been that kind of guy before?
I mean, I went to varsity. So
I like that
I went to
response.
varsity, nigga. You know what I mean? I know. Okay, there was no ice trapeze when I was in varsity.
Savannah, brutal.
No, 4 cousins.
Oh, 4 cousins, yeah.
Yeah, the sweet one. We used to knock them out with that one. That one. That one.
It knocks them out, eh?
They used to love that one. You know, it had I think it was orange or dark yellow. I quit drinking in 2010 after the World Cup, though. So
The Mexican traumatize you then. You're like, nah, I'm living alcohol.
yeah, that's that. I wasn't really a heavy drinker. I was an occasional drinker, so it was easy to leave alcohol. I mean, I don't want to make it seem as if, you know, I was strong-willed to that extent. It's just that, you know, I'd probably drink on the weekends. It's like my drinking habits were modeled by my dad's drinking habits. Like my dad would only drink on the weekend, so I didn't think that it was good to drink during the week. You know what I mean? But I was working in an industry where, you know, there was open bars, there was events on Wednesdays, Thursdays, you know what I mean? So you end up drinking at those events, and now it's open bar, and I'm a young kid. Imagine you're 18 years old, you're able to get a whole bottle of Johnny Walker Black Label. You don't even know how to handle this thing. You know, you haven't even gotten to yourself to the stage where you can buy it comfortably.
Yeah.
And now you're drinking it because you're buying it. You know how to handle it. You know what I mean? So I hadn't matured enough to be someone who can drink. So I was 20 then in 2010. So I just quit then. Yeah. 15 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting old. So yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But you know, it's so funny that I always used to be the youngest nigga.
In every crew that you would walk
Like
with.
everywhere, I used to be the youngest nigga. You know what I mean? Everywhere, I was the youngest nigga. You know what I mean? It's just that now I'm the older nigga. You know, but I'm at least still the 90s, baby. That's good for something. At least the 90s are still around, you know? How old are we? Yeah, we're 35. So we're still around for another 4 years. We still got another 4 years of 90s babies being in their 20s. So, you know, I'm rarely in my 20s because, you know, if someone in 99...
They're still in their 20s.
Yeah.
So are you still in touch with most of the guys you used to work with back in the days?
I guess I'm in touch, but you know, I'm in touch with I'm in touch with my friends.
With your friends, okay.
Yeah.
Not industry dudes, just friends.
Well, I mean, some of my
them are
friends are
industries.
still in the industry,
Okay.
part of the industry somehow. But yeah, man, I've had to go through like a journey because, you know, another thing is that our industry descended into like some satanic cult. You know what I mean?
How so?
It just was. It's like one day I looked up and everybody was like on some Illuminati shit. You know what I mean? So like I had to make a decision. It's like, I can't keep friends who are not spiritually aligned to where I'm going. You know what I mean? I'm a God-fearing person, so there's certain things I won't dabble in, and if there's certain people who are dabbling in such things, I don't want to be near them or associated with them. So that's why I had to separate myself from the industry, because that's what it had come down to. And then if you look at what happened during the lockdown, people not making incomes, they get desperate, and that's the time where they get lured into whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they got virgin assholes like me.
Because the game is tough.
It's tough, you know what I mean? So I don't know, you know what I mean? It's very shady right now. So I just choose to disassociate myself from the industry itself, because I find it fake and pretentious,
Yeah. Everyone
very
is looking
fake.
out for themselves.
Yeah, they look out for themselves. It's like niggas used to come to my parents' house, used to be fed by my parents, and now they act fresh on me. It's like, you know what I mean?
Oh, snap.
You know what I mean? It's like, huh? It's like, damn, man. It's like, it's really sad. So that's the thing. It's like, there's no respect for what work people put in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People can't respect the work that people put in. And for me, I just can't be around people who are not good people.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be a good person. And that's what's got me so far as well. I'm not a nice person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not a pushover, but I'm a good person.
You're a good
I don't
person.
try to be a nice person. I try to be a good person. You know what I mean? I try to respect people. You know what I mean? And give them the same sort of respect that they give me.
Yeah.
As well. So,
So,
with people that are now in the limelight, I feel like they misuse it. They feel like it's a reason for them to treat other people like they're lesser than them.
Yeah, I get what
which
you're
I don't agree with. And it doesn't sit well with me. So that's why I just can't be in those circles anymore.
okay.
Yeah, you have to pretend to be in those circles. You have to look the other way when you see some nonsense.
Yeah.
And I can't do that.
Oh, okay. So you've seen a lot of dirty stuff and you couldn't be like, hey, I didn't see that. Let me just move away from everything.
No. Yeah.
Level of dirty
Oh, every level, dog.
So in South Africa, do we have our own Diddy? A lot of people are asking that. Like,
Dude, Diddy, all of that stuff is political. So that's like the Democrat Party. You know what I mean? And all the dirty stuff. We've got the same things, ANC, DA. Almost all the DA guys are gay. Almost all of them. Dean McPherson, gay guy. The Minister or the MEC of Public Works in KZN, gay guy. The Mayor of Cape Town, gay guy. You know what I mean? All the guys in like the whole entire DA. It should be D-gay.
I didn't know, dog.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Eesh.
That's why they want John Steenhuisen out. Yeah, because he likes pussy.
So
You know
like
what I
in
mean?
pussy, it's a red flag
It's
now.
a red flag. It's like, nah. You're not blue like us. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it is. And just like there's an overrepresentation of gay people, bro. You watch SABC, every male presenter is gay. Like, bro, aren't gays like 1% of the population?
Maybe it's 2 now.
Okay, whatever the case may be. But like, why is everyone you see on TV, in parliament, everywhere, gay? Now we have to change our laws for gay people. Why must we change our laws for 1% of the population or 2% of the population? Like, everything is about gay people, gay this, gay this, gay this, gay this. You forgot about the rights of black people because you're so focused on pleasing the gays. You know what I mean? So the gays have become the biggest victims. You know what I mean? Yeah, you said something, and because you said it, someone might kill me because I'm gay, and therefore you can't say, dog. If that guy was going to kill you because you're gay, he's going to kill you because you're gay, no matter what I say. I did not plant those communist ideas in his mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro. Yeah, like, yeah, I mean,
I know it's a
like, yeah, bro. You know, that's the thing, is that that's their argument. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, because you said this, now some gay person somewhere is going to be abused because when are you saying this about gay people? It's like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, please, like, you know what I mean? So now, because the gays have taken over everything, bro, we've lost all morality because gays have got no morals.
yeah.
The fact that you can use the exit as an entrance shows that you don't respect God. You don't respect God.
Yeah.
What
I
did
know.
God say? Zalana nande.
Yeah.
And then what do gays zala? Nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly. So therefore, they define God. In every step of the way, they define God. And then you've got gays that are preaching in churches. Oh my God.
Oh, in Durban, there's actually like a gay like church.
Like, what is that?
In Durban, I'm in town, CBD.
What is that?
How do you know?
That's sort of that. He knows because he doesn't ever go there. He avoids it. That's how he knows.
Definitely.
You need to know where not to go. You know what I
this
mean?
guy.
So like, bro, it's like, it's the saddest thing. And you know what's the worst thing? Like, gays show women's true nature. No woman likes gays. They don't like gays at all.
But they're friends with them.
That's the thing. That shows you women's true nature. Women are willing to pretend. They don't like gays. Women are the most homophobic. They diss gays, everything. Like, let's say you're not like, who says, a real man would what. So what are you, gay? If you're not a real man, right? Yeah. Exactly. So, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anytime they want to diss you, they say you're gay. You understand?
Oh, yeah, that's
so
true.
that shows you what
That's
they really
true.
think about gays. They see them as less. They see them as something that they can use to diss you.
I never thought of it that way.
Bro, you know what I mean? So that shows you the true nature of women.
Yeah.
The women are not good people. There's no such thing as a good woman. And even your mom. Unfortunately, you need to accept that.
Unfortunately.
That's it. Even your mom. That's why you need to be around and you need to make sure that your things are in order so that your mom doesn't go out hurting other people because her son takes care of her and whatever. You understand?
Okay, yeah.
Because what does your mom do? She uses your dad for protection and safety and taking care of everything. She leeches off. And then when your dad gets too old, then she goes to her sons. Now her sons need to protect her and everything else. You know what I mean? Even if you get married, she needs to be your first wife, honorary wife.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, now you're fighting with your wife because, hey, your mom is now, they don't like each other. And because they know their nature. She knows that she knows that she's using you. So she sees another woman that's using you, and that's why she's jealous.
Because she's done it before.
She's using you. She's like, it's manipulation, seeing other manipulation and saying, oh, I see you. Oh, I see you. But now she can't tell you that,
I did that to your father.
no, she can't,
gonna do
your
it to
girl
you,
can't
yeah.
tell you that your mom's manipulating you. And I want to be the only one that can manipulate you. So she'll say, no, your mom doesn't like me.
You know, after this one, a lot of people are going to be single after this.
Now we need women, dog. We're not gay. That's the thing. That's how you know we love women. We put up with them even through all that bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The other day, my girl was angry at me, dog. I just got into the car. I just drove. I just kept quiet. She's not talking to me. She's angry. I don't know why she's angry at me, dog. I'm like, oh, this person's... You know what I mean? So then the next morning I left. And then I left. This person has been angry at me. How? The whole day. On the Thursday. She was angry at me the whole Thursday. Friday, I wake up in the morning, she's still in a bad mood, whatever. I leave, I'm doing things. How much three so? Now, Munte, how can you buy nini? How?
Aren't you angry?
Like, aren't you mad at me? As you know, I'm stuck in traffic, I'm almost home. Now, on my way home, I just stopped at the garage. I just got a tornado. You know those things?
Like vape.
No, the tornado, what is it called? Pedal pop.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what, you know, kids think she's like a kid. It's like, I got her a pedal pop.
She was
And I
happy.
came through the day, gave her a pedal. That's how you deal with kids. Problem solved. And then I told her, please cook. Yo, I'm
So what are you getting? What are you getting here for Valentine's?
I know. I told her that Valentine's is cancelled. I don't know. I have to surprise her. But I see there's a Zonke concert at Monte Casino, so maybe
Something might happen then.
maybe I might do that. I don't know.
So you don't experience the NOTA hate in public because I see a lot of comments on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Oh, those people are just hating on the internet.
Yeah, that's all internet hate talk. Like I say, I've never met a hater. Never. Never. Not once. Not once.
Yeah, hey.
You understand? So that's the thing. Yeah. So even my girl's starting to experience that. She's actually starting to realize, so I don't like going out. Nah. And it's not that I've got social anxiety. It's just that I just don't want to be out there. Because it's a lot of energy to be me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's going to be like, oh, he's having a bad day. You know what I mean? So I can't be an asshole to people that I'm just meeting once. Because like I look at it like this. Okay, I'm seeing you once. Like I can just be nice. You know what I mean? Cool. Get it out of the way. I don't have to deal with that. Doesn't matter what I'm going through or whatever. So I never take out whatever I'm going through out on people that I meet in public. But that's a job. It's you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just walking through 4A's Mall and like, now I have to have 10 conversations with strangers that I don't know. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my goodness, I'm dreading it. You know what I mean? I have to, I don't like doing that. But now, my girl wants to go to the mall. She wants to do some shopping.
Now you have to go to the mall.
Now I can't be, because now I have to be a boyfriend. So now I have to go to the, it's not the same for me. It's not like I can't just walk in and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a drag. So she's starting to empathize with that. She's starting to see that, you know what? Okay, cool. Let me just have him to myself here at home. You know what I mean? Because she was like, Ish, we don't go on dates to restaurants and stuff like that. Just go out with me, just guy one.
Yeah.
You understand? And just see how little time I'll have for you. You understand what I'm saying? And then you'll be like, you know what? Actually, this nigga's better off just staying in the house.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't encounter any hate, but anyone that cares for you, it will affect them. So that's the only unfortunate part is that my family get to see what happens online, and then they're like, oh, how could this person say this about someone I care about? But then they get to go with me in places, and they get to see, okay,
People
it's
actually
only an
love you.
online
Yeah, it's
thing.
not really
It's
bad,
it's only an online thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it is what it is. But that's the thing that I've learned how to deal with this because I've prepared myself for this stage of my life for many years. For over 2 decades. So I feel like I've practiced it enough, and I've gotten to observe people as well. I think maybe the person who's helped me a lot to deal with being well known is DJ Spoo, because I got to watch how he always handled it, from when I was a kid, from when I was 12 years old or so. When I first met him.
Okay.
Back in the day, yeah.
Back when I was still umzekezeke.
No. He was driving a Porsche Boxster. I don't know about. I've never seen Mzekezeke's car. I've never seen Mzekezeke's car. But I got to see him do it, observe him. I got to be there, and I'm just this little kid watching him and seeing him deal with all these people and engagements and seeing how he does it with so much poise and humility at the same time. And seeing the effect that his presence has on people, when he enters a room or when he gives his time to people. So that I've always thought to myself, if I ever get into a position of influence, that's the way in which I want to handle it as well myself. So that, God forbid, I'm no longer here and the people that I've met outlive me, at least they'll say, yo, when he was with us, he made us feel good,
Yeah.
or he treated us well and stuff like that, and that's all I really care for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To this day, you've never heard of anyone say, yo, I met this guy and he was the biggest asshole. To this day, no matter what they say.
It's always the internet hate.
Like, it's, oh, he said this, and I didn't agree with what he said. Now I'm upset. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, you take it as it comes. And then sometimes people just say things, they just say things that they think are going to go viral,
Yeah, it's like, let's just hate on NOTA. Very no one likes NOTA.
Yeah.
They just do it, yeah.
Yeah, but I created that.
clickbait,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I created the persona everybody hates NOTA before everyone had any reason. So I preempted that. So for me, it's strategic. It's like, if you can present yourself as someone who's hard to love, you know what I mean? You embrace whatever hate you'll get up front, right?
Okay.
And then it gets difficult for people to destroy you because you're not putting up this persona or a facade of like this goody two shoes guy. You don't have to act like Mother Teresa. You know what I mean? You don't have to. You don't have to do the nomza mumbata. You know what I mean?
I
And
saw you
people are
s-
mad at me. They're saying, "Yo, babies are dirty. If your babies
I
are
saw
clean,
this.
your babies are not." Dog, I was a dirty baby, dog. Like I never came home clean, dog.
You never kiss dirty babies.
No, I don't. I
Even
don't.
if they pay you for it, never.
No, I don't. No, babies, they get dirty so that they can, get strong and get over diseases. Babies have snot coming down them. Come on, guys. When is babies not dirty? Babies are shitting themselves, man. Come on, you need to clean their nappies. Like, people are offended. How can you say babies are dirty?
But they are. Some
They are
of them,
dirty, dog. Babies are dirty, dog. Babies are dirty, man. Babies are dirty.
But she's making money from it. The bag is a
It's
bag.
not. It's not about her making money. I was praising her because I was saying that Nomzamo might not be acting in like international series, even though she's going for auditions overseas. She's
Yeah.
not at the Tusombedu level. But instead of her doing things that are destructive to her brand, she does stuff that is philanthropic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's using her brand and her fame to good use. Pearl Tusi is trying to sell a gin.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to DJ, all of these things are destructive to her brand. That's what I was saying. And for me, it comes out of a place of love. Yo, if I don't mention you, that means I don't care about you.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I know my influence. I'm acutely self-aware. So if I don't mention you, then I'm not giving you any of my influence. I'm not making people actually think about this person and
Yeah.
empathize and you understand what I'm saying? Just look at MT. I don't know if you guys watched him on LT the podcast.
I watched
But
him,
all he
yeah.
talked about was like, "Abantu basebayang delela, this, I needed to clean myself up." Those are all the things I was saying. Everything is like, dog, kids are going to disrespect you because you're falling over, you're showing your penis, whatever, all this type of stuff. Is that what you want? Your kids are going to one day pick up a Xanax tablet and overdose and die. And what does he say? I have to think about it, because, hey, my kids, it's their house too. Now, maybe that's my stuff and they touch my stuff and then, something happened.
But then now, he
Hey,
says
man.
it's been for 5 months. Yeah.
Look, man, the damage is done.
Yeah, honestly, eh?
You know what I mean? So getting clean is one thing, but you need serious
So what advice would
therapy, speech therapy. You need to try to, I don't know what he needs, but get back to a normal, respectable human being.
But I feel like for everything that you've advised him about, he was so disrespectful to you on that podcast. Because
Yeah.
when El Tito said, Unota is out of prison right now, he was
Yeah.
like, yo, saze savelelo.
Yeah, but he
Like-
went on live immediately after that podcast and apologized and said, "Nah, guys, I didn't mean
Oh,
it."
really?
Yeah.
Away.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Is like he was just trolling for the clicks and the views, but he doesn't mean that. But for me, I don't really care how he responds. I just care that his kids are good, his wife is good, and his in-laws are good, and those are the people that I promised that I'd take care of him. Okay, let me put it to you like this. Nah? The situation happens. MT is fighting with his wife. At the time, the kids are involved, and then he's like, "Hey, now she called her brothers on me." You know what I mean? So then I speak to his wife. I'm like, "Yo, what's happening? What's going on?" She tells me the whole entire thing. I'm like, "Okay, let me come see you." I go to her parents' house. I sit down with the parents. The parents tell me what's going on. I say, okay, please, can I ask a favor? Can I handle it?
Oh, okay.
Don't let Avery's uncle and Logan's uncle intervene, because they still need to have a relationship with the kids and the father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, just don't threaten to take away his kids. You'll only make it matters worse. You understand what I'm saying? Let me handle. Let me be the bad guy. You know what I mean? And that was it. So that it doesn't extend. Now it's the whole family fighting against him. Now he's fighting against the family, because it did escalate to those points. And I kept just telling them, like, don't let your family members do something on your behalf that will make life difficult for you guys as parents. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's all it is. So that's all I care about from my perspective. I mean, I'm not too bothered with anything else, I don't do it to be liked, as long as I'm right. So I feel like it's partially mission accomplished. Let's see how long he stays on the sobriety journey. Let's see how his speech recovers, you know what I mean, and all that type of stuff. But so far, so good.
Hey, I hope his speech is going to recover, because, he's speaking so slow, man,
Do you still think he needs a manager to manage him music-wise?
I mean, I don't think he needs a manager.
He doesn't.
No, I don't think he needs a manager. I think like him and his wife just need to take care of family business together. You know what I mean? And that's that.
And people love MTO.
You know what I mean? So as long as he's at home, the wife can assist, make sure that business is running smoothly and doing all these things. You know what I mean? Because even like with that other homie of his who was his homie, the one who overdosed in the studio and died. You know what I mean? That could have been him.
Yeah.
Overdosing and dying. And like when I saw his behavior, he was just a nigga as well. It's like, bro, you guys have got an addiction problem together.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a recipe for disaster. So his wife has given him 3 kids. He needs to respect that, and needs to respect her for that. You know what I mean? And she's been good to him. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's it. She's been with him through his ups and downs, and that's very commendable. A lot of lesser women would have upped and left, and made he'd be paying child support right now. That's what he could be facing right now, and that's a different situation. Now you're not seeing your kids. Now your kids are a bank account.
Yeah.
You just send money there. You know what I mean? It's like that's not, and that wouldn't be good for him either. So he's got his stuff in order, and he's in a better position than a whole lot of rappers. I mean, how many rappers out there are raising 3 kids in their home?
Yeah.
Not Reason.
Yeah.
Father of 4.
Reason is also a father of twins, right?
Father of 4.
Oof. Father
You
of 4.
understand? Yeah.
I know, man. Thank you so much for coming to the show. I think this was very insightful.
Yeah, man.
And
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Hey,
I
just want to put it out there, man. The NOTA hate needs to stop. I'm just going to say, dude, you a good person, man.
Really?
You a good person.
You've known me for an hour.
Yeah. I've known you for an hour, like even through communicating with you ever since you responded to me. Like, it was never like, I'm NOTA. It was like, no, let's do this. Call me, text me, whatever,
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, because Instagram, I'm hardly ever on there. So, like, when someone, it's like I get to the messages, I got so many requests.
Yeah.
So I have to scroll through the porn scams, the things scams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they put you in a group with all these white girls that are wearing bikinis and shit like that. And you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, So then it's like, oh, is this a real person? 24-hour podcast. Okay, let me see.
Oh, it's actually real.
Like, I know. You phone me. I want to talk to you. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. But I now will phone her at like 9 or 10 or something. You phoned me the other day at night.
No,
I can't answer the phone at night, nigga. I don't know who it is, nigga. I just look at the phone like, yo, that number's not saved. What if I'm with my girl, dog, and she's like, why ain't you answering? It's like, hey, where are you phoning up to? Man, I now need to make myself angry because I'm like, I don't know this number. Yo. Hey. I'm in the car and the Bluetooth is on. I was like, yeah.
Anything can go wrong here.
Phone meaning, daughter.
Nah, we locked in. Tina, basically, there's no day and nights for us.
I know it's the hustle. I know it's the hustle. That's the thing. It's like some woman will call you at night, and it might be innocent, ne? But the fact that she feels that she can call you at that hour, yo.
Starts a lot of problems.
Yo, you have to buy pedal pops the whole week.
Hey. I think we should also start using pedal pops. Maybe it's going to work for us.
For the babies, pedal pops. Get the babies pedal pops. It's hot, dog. It's summertime.
I know, man. Thank you so much, man.
No, thanks for having me, dog. Sharp.
Sure.